Catherine Witherell again, and I'm here to report about day 6 and 7 of my water fast. I was going to post a video every single day, but it's a little bit time consuming and it's just easier to post once every 2 days. So I may just do that from here on out. So for day 6, my morning weight was 125.0, so that was an 8.8 pound loss in 5 days. So that made me happy. And it was also a full 2.0 pound loss from the previous day. So that's like the most that I've lost in any one day. I didn't take any vitamin C yesterday because I was just questioning if it was slowing my weight loss down for some unknown reason. The previous days I'd been going from 2 pounds, 1.8, 1.6, 1.4. And then after the day of no vitamin C, it was 2 pounds again. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it at all. It's just a theory. But that's what I did for that day. My blood sugars were good. They were anywhere from 100 to 83. When I woke up in the morning, it was at 74, which again is perfectly fine to be at. They tell you, 80 to 120 is a good blood sugar. But really as low as 60, as long as you're not feeling low blood sugar symptoms like shakiness and blurred vision and things like that, then I think I'm not planning on correcting any blood sugars that are above 70 definitely, and even in the 60s would be fine as long as I'm not experiencing those bad symptoms. I've been, all day on day 6, I just drank distilled water. It tasted really bad. Like, I'm used to Zephyrhills, Florida water, that comes in water bottles, or just tap water, which I like the Zephyrhills better than tap water, but the tap water's okay. But this distilled water tasted, ugh. It didn't have an aftertaste, but just the taste during drinking it was pretty disgusting. It wasn't horrible, but I didn't like it. So it's just the Walmart brand of distilled gallon of water. So I don't know if there's plastic seeping into it or what. I thought distilled water was supposed to be tasteless. So now I don't even know. But I drank distilled water just to see if it would help with weight loss. My emotions were great all day, especially with the 2 pound weight loss. That really made me happy. And I really don't know how people do it. They go like a whole week of fasting without weighing themselves until the end of the week. I couldn't do that. I have to weigh myself every day to keep myself motivated. And I also, have the little ketone strips that I showed you that show me if I'm in ketosis, if I'm in fat burning mode. I do that every day. I'm diabetic, so I test my blood sugar usually 4 times a day during the fast. I test a lot more when I'm not fasting. But when I'm fasting, it's pretty much always good, so I don't feel like I have to test as much and waste test strips because they're expensive. So I do all the testing that I can think of to try to keep myself motivated about why I'm doing this and just to stay on track. So anyway, those things help me anyway. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you about? I don't know if this is relevant, but I am trying to lose weight with my mom and sister, as I may have mentioned, for my sister's wedding. So we're all kind of doing this together, but they're not fasting. They're just doing their own diets. They're trying to, calorie restrict or whatever it is. I think they might be cutting out some carbs too. My sister mentioned that she's trying to stay away from, bread and potatoes and sugar and things like that. So I think that's really good, and hopefully she'll see some results from that. When I do low carb, I have excellent blood sugars, but I haven't seen much weight loss, and I think that's because I snack and I just eat a lot of fat, which is not a bad thing, but if you eat so much fat that all you're burning is dietary fat and you're not burning any body fat, then you're not going to lose weight. So that's part of my plan for after the fast is to, I want to do intermittent fasting, which is where you fast for a short period of time each day, or a longer period, depending on what your plan is. I'm planning to not eat until about 2 p.m. and then I'll have some coffee with cream or butter or something like that, bulletproof coffee. Maybe some coconut oil because that's really good for you. And you blend it up in a blender and it tastes delicious. You don't need any kind of sugar, you don't need any kind of sweetener or anything like that. and it tastes great. And then I'm planning to fast again until dinner with my husband. And I think that, I usually make him a good healthy dinner, with meat and vegetables. So that's kind of my plan. And my mom and sister have been like shocked by how fast I'm losing weight. They were both around maybe 10 pounds less than I was at the beginning, and now I'm pretty much right around where they are. So my mom's like, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "I'll tell you when I'm sure it's working, because I want to make sure that I can maintain it and not just lose it all and gain it all back. Because I don't want to recommend this to anyone for weight loss if they can't lose any permanent weight." So anyway, I tested for ketones both yesterday and today, and I had large ketones in my urine again. So I've always had the same amount of ketones, anywhere from, sometimes it looks like it might be medium, so medium or large amount of ketones. So that was basically day 6. And then day 7, which is today, my morning weight was 123.6. So that was a 1.4 pound loss from yesterday. I hoped it would be more because I was drinking distilled water and I thought that would be better. I know it's hard to know day to day. There's so many different factors that go into what you weigh on any given day. But I'm drinking distilled water again today and seeing if that helps any. And I'm continuing to not take vitamin C. I think vitamin C is more necessary if you are having to constantly digest food, because it takes energy and there's free radicals that are created and things like that. So the body needs some vitamin C, but I don't feel the need for it as much since I'm fasting. Like I said, this morning I was 123.6, and that is down from 133.8 at the beginning. So that's a total of 10.2 pounds down. So that was pretty exciting. I felt really good about that. I know that some of it is water and some of it is the fact that I don't have food in my stomach or in my colon or all that kind of stuff. And it's not just fat burning. But I have to think that all of that can account for more than 2 to 4 pounds. I really have no idea. But even 6 pounds in 7 days, I think is really good. I was freezing today. I know, like, every day I've been kind of chilly, lower body temperature, which is pretty typical when you're water fasting. I'm wondering if it just means that your body doesn't create as much heat by burning its own fat as it does by burning dietary food. I don't really know. But I think the main thing I was so cold today was because I went to church at 8 in the morning because I'm on the praise team, and the church had the air conditioning turned down to accommodate 400 people, and there was only like 12 people there, so it was really cold in the church. And at one point I just went outside to thaw out because I was so cold in there. I need to remember to bring a sweater. And even once I got home, I got this shirt on, long pants, socks. I boiled some water for tea, sipping tea and sitting on the couch with like this big fluffy fleecy blanket on me because I was so cold. I feel a lot better now. The air conditioning was at 76. I turned it to 78, so I think that helped. My emotions today, great with the weight loss. Also, I fit into some church clothes that I hadn't tried on in a while because I knew they wouldn't fit me, and they fit me. So that was pretty fun. You'll think I'm crazy, but I was trying out some low-carb chocolate chip cookie recipes. I haven't really found a good one yet, but I was trying to experiment to find one. And I baked 2 different batches that were a little bit different yesterday. And they weren't very good. So I tried again today. But today, my husband took my daughter, who's 3, over to his parents because they have a pool. And so it was just me and my 1-year-old. And I'm like trying out this recipe. And I put it in the oven. And then I'm like looking at the bowl with all this yummy cookie dough. The cookie dough is always good. It's just the finished baked product is not very good. But I'm looking at this delicious cookie dough. And there's like no one to lick the bowl. My 1-year-old son doesn't like to take anything that I offer him. So there's no one to lick it, and I'm like, oh, food going to waste. It would be so good. But I was like, nope, can't do it. Won't do it. And then when the cookies came out of the oven, they smelled really good. So I was I wasn't so tempted, but I was kind of tempted to take a bite and see how they were. But I didn't. I resisted. So go me. But what you have to understand is I'm not like sticking my hand into a cookie jar and saying, you know, I won't do it, I won't do it. I'm not doing that by trying out these recipes, because I cook for my family every day, you know. My 1-year-old and 3-year-old need food, you know, breakfast and lunch and maybe some snacks, and my husband needs dinner. They all need dinner, so I'm the one that prepares the food for them. So if I was gonna break this fast because the food smelled so good, it wouldn't be cookies. It would be something filling and savory, like eggplant parmesan. I make a really good eggplant parmesan that's low carb, no breading. There's a really good like fettuccine alfredo. That's kind of a low carb version using shirataki noodles. And it's got, you know, alfredo sauce and pesto, and I put shrimp in it, and it's so good. And we have some left over right now. So if I was gonna break it, it would be on something like that I make, and I'm smelling it as I'm cooking it, and I'm actually enjoying the smells even though I can't actually eat it, which is kind of funny. But anyway, that's pretty much the lowdown on day 6 and 7. I'll probably see you back in a couple of days, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow. I am kind of surprised at how little of a change I see in my body at 10 pounds down. You'd think it would be more. I definitely do see a change, and I do see clothes fitting that weren't before, so that's exciting. But I'm wondering if, you know, another 6 pounds down to 117 pounds is gonna be good enough, or if I'm gonna wanna continue the fast past that. When I was in college, for a brief period of time, I was working out 3 times a week for an hour. I was eating lots of salads, and I was always skipping breakfast, so I didn't have calories and carbs there. So, and at that point, I was at 110 pounds, and that I looked really good at 110 pounds, and I would love to be there again. But I'm not sure that's realistic after giving birth to 2 children. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.